Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Courtney. This is Creative on the Cheap. It is time for another round of the Mystery Box Challenge. If you're not familiar, here's the quick 101 on what it is. A group of YouTubers, we get together. We send a random box of goodies to another YouTuber and then they have to create with it. Now each box is themed and we have a shopping list. So this month's host is Christina Elizabeth. She came up with her theme and what we had to do, so let's check that out. Christina came up with a camping theme, so we had to send a wood item, rope, a light, plaid fabric or bandana, greenery. We had a couple of sender's choice. One of the challenge items had to be a toy and the other one could be a sender's choice. Now the twist, we were all assigned a word and we have to make a DIY with that word. So my word is canoeing. So now you know what our criteria was. I got my box from Christina Elizabeth. It's a nice big box here. And I sent my box over to Lisa at Dollar Mom. So I'm going to open up this box and let's see what Christina sent me. Time to dive in. I cut the top. So let's see. Okay. All right. We have got challenge item. I'll put that aside. I like to do those last. Challenge item. All right, here's a card. Courtney. All right, Courtney, happy MBC. I had so much fun coming up with the theme for this round. Hopefully the items I sent won't be too challenging. Thanks for including me in another round. Love, Christina. Okay, let's hope so, Christina. Let's hope so. All right, we have got, ooh, is this for me? Is this a treat? Okay. Okay, you won me over. I won't be mad at anything in the box now. All right, let's dive in. So let's take a look at what we got here. This is the wood item. So I've got some popsicle sticks for the wood item. Plaid, oh, nice fall plaid fabric. That's very nice. Got some oranges and blues and tans and creams. We've got, oh, cute, Sender's Choice. So these are actually little camping stickers. That's nice, considering what the theme is. Very nice. Very considerate. Sender's Choice. Okay. Pine cones. Okay. You were very nice to me, and I appreciate that. Here's our rope, and it's a nice fall color. We got some brown rope. Our greenery. Oh, hold on. Our greenery are these little picks. Okay. Girl, you are being so nice. Am I gonna take those words back when I open the challenge? Okay, baby clothespins, because they're small. So when something's small, it's much more fun to call it a baby. So there we go. And then the light is gonna be a 3-pack of these little battery operated tea lights. Okay, Christina, you are very, very nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very happy. Now let's pull in these challenge items. All right, challenge item 1, we had to send a toy. It feels like a handle of some sort. Oh no. Well, okay. It's a slingshot. It's okay. Okay, a slingshot. Okay. I'm okay with that. And then challenge item number 2 is Sender's Choice. This might be where she gets me. Let's see. Okay, it's not terrible. I mean, come on. It's a little doobly dobber ant. Okay, Christina. You were very nice. This is a very nice box. All right, so now what's gonna happen is I'm going to stare at this stuff for a couple of days, try to come up with some projects. Just so you know, there will be a playlist down below in the description box that will put us all in order so the whole mystery box will make sense so you can binge watch it over the weekend. So I guess now it's time to get crafting. For this project, I'll be using the pine cones and the greenery. I grabbed a lantern that I had in my stash, and y'all, I have to say, I am so excited about this DIY. I thought it was just such a fun idea. So the first thing I did was I broke down the greenery so that I could kind of arrange it at the bottom of the lantern. Once I did that, I grabbed some beads and a string of fairy lights, and I decided I wanted to try to make some little lightning bugs that, you know, how you catch those and you put them in jars, and when you're camping in the summertime, you know, those little cute lightning bugs. So I tried to figure out what color bead would work best. I ended up using the light colored yellow bead. Now, my other thing, I couldn't get it to fit right over the actual light on the fairy lights because the hole wasn't big enough. So what I ended up doing was taking some clear elastic, and I thought to myself, okay, if I tie this in such a way, it'll look like when I cut these down, like this clear elastic is the wings of the little lightning bug. So all I did was I tied up a bead right up against one of the little lights on the fairy lights. I double knotted it. I would recommend putting a little bit of super glue there to hold that knot. And then I trimmed the extra elastic so that they were kind of a good little length for wings. Once that was done, I thought about doing the whole strand, but I don't know. I felt like it might just be a little too much. So I only ended up doing about 6 so that you could actually see them in the lantern kind of flitting about. And then the rest of them I just coiled at the bottom. I put some pine cones at the bottom to cover up those lights, and I just absolutely love this. I think it's so cute. It just looks like little tiny fireflies caught in there, or lightning bugs, whatever you call them. And yeah, absolutely love this. Now to tackle the twist, I have to make a DIY related to canoeing. So I had one of these Dollar Tree blanks, and I am taking the stickers that Christina sent me. I'm definitely going to be using the canoe. I do come back and end up grabbing the trees as well, but I'm just keeping this pretty simple. I cut out a graphic on my CRICUT, and so I just weeded it, stuck it on there, and then put the 2 stickers in the middle. This would be a great little decor piece if you had like a lake house, or even if you are extra bougie when you go camping and you like set up a whole decor situation. This would be cute there as well. This project, I'll be using fabric, popsicle sticks, the clothespins, rope, and the first challenge item, or maybe it was the second, the ant. So the first thing I wanted to do was take the popsicle sticks and make a little sign. So pretty simple, easy to do. I just lined up some popsicle sticks, made sure they were even, and then hot glued one across perpendicular to them on the bottom and the top. The next step, we're keeping it pretty rustic, so I'm not using a pattern. I'm just freehanding this, and we're gonna cut out some fish shapes. I'm gonna do 2 larger fish and then 1 smaller. Also, I would like to say, you know when a song gets stuck in your head and you just can't get it out? During this project, I kid you not, this is what I was singing the entire time I was making it. And if this song gets stuck in your head, let me know. Or have you even heard of this song? Because it is a song from my childhood that my mom used to sing. Yeah, just listen to this. Down in the meadow in the itty bitty pool swam 3 little fishies and the mama fishy too. Swim, said the mama fish, swim if you can. So they swam and they swam right over the dam. Boop, boop, did-em, what-em, chew. Boop, boop, did-em, dad-em, what-em, chew. A boop, boop, did-em, dad-em, what-em, chew. They swim and they swam right over the dam. With all 3 of my fish now cut out, now I decided that I am going to sew mine just because it's faster, it's easier, but you could use hot glue. And the idea here is you do want to have rough edges. So when I go and I sew, I did about, I don't know, a 1/4 inch, or maybe not that much, about 1/8 of an inch seam allowance just so that the fabric could kind of fray. But again, you could either hand stitch this, you could do a running stitch if you wanted to, you could do a blanket stitch, you could hot glue, or again, you could sew. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, leaving a little hole so that I can bring it back and stuff it. I got them all stuffed, so now I just have to trim off my little extra sewing strings, and then we are ready to move on to the next step. In comes our challenge item, the ant, and my opportunity to destroy it. So I decided to rip off its eyeballs, and I'm going to put them on the two larger fish. To get those attached, I did they're kind of hollow inside, so I filled them up completely with glue, and then when I set it down, I just pushed from the underside of the fish to kind of get the fabric stuck in there, but it worked out great. These eyes were perfect. And then for the other little fish, it needed an eye, so I just grabbed a button that I had in my stash and I hot glued that on to the fish. Using the rope, I grabbed 3 of the baby clothespins, and at the top of the clothespin, I just took the end of the rope and I hot glued that. The rope is acting as my fishing line, the clothespin is acting as my hook, and then I can just open the clothespin and easily just clip it to the top of the fish. So I did 3 different lengths of those so that they would kind of vary when they were hanging, and once I got those done, I just did a big knot at the top. I tied them all together so that I could get it attached to my wooden sign. For the wooden sign, I just grabbed a black paint marker and wrote "Gone Fishing" on it. That is as simple as it gets. And then I was ready to attach my fish and my little hanger to this. So I did my little fish bundle. I did kind of burn the ends of those ropes so that they wouldn't fray too much. Now again, fire, please have a fire extinguisher or a fire blanket nearby. There's your disclaimer. And then I also just had a little piece of brown rope to do a small hanger at the top, and then this cute sign was ready to go. This project is using my other challenge item, the slingshot and the little lights. So when I pulled this out, even though it was green, it had like a wood grain on the actual slingshot, which is what gave me my idea for this project. I realized that the ball was kind of like foamy, so I was really hoping it was a piece of foam, and so when I cut it open, I was pleasantly surprised because it looks like a marshmallow. Now, time to destroy this. So I used my hot knife to cut it into, I guess you could call it 3 logs. Now that left me with holes at the end of them, so I took some painter's tape and I just put them on the holes at the end, and then I painted the whole thing brown. I started to assemble my bonfire, so I started with these 3 pieces, gluing them together to get those secure. Now, you'll see that little squiggly wire up at the top near the paint bottle. Yeah, I decapitated the rest of the ant off camera, and that's from the ant. I'm going to stretch it out, paint it brown. That's going to be a stick for my little foam marshmallow. Now, once I got this kind of started, I set it aside so it could set up. I also sent out an SOS to my family begging for someone to go out and get me a bunch of twigs. Yeah, we'll deal with that in a second, but while that was setting up, I grabbed my little tea lights and I wanted them to look a little more like the fire. So I grabbed my orange and yellow paint markers and I just scribbled all over the white to get them a little bit more looking like a flame. I sent out an SOS for someone in my family to bring me a bunch of twigs. Well, Mr. Cheap came up with a small handful. Yeah, I guess, if he'd gone out to the front yard where our 2 trees were, he probably would have found more. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, right? But he went into the backyard where we have no trees. So I don't even know where these twigs came from, if I'm being honest, but neither here or there. So I'm attaching these just by hot gluing them in. Definitely had pictured a few more twigs. I may try to go find some in the front yard here and add some more later on. But I was working on this and then I thought, okay, I'm done. I'll just put the little flame in there. It's good to go. No, I didn't like how it looked, so here's one more step that I added to make it look a little more legit. What I ended up doing was I took 3 of the popsicle sticks and I essentially made a little base. I attached them to the 3 logs at the bottom. That's offering a bunch of stability, as well as if I wanted to pick it up and move it, I could easily do that. So I just got those attached. Sorry, the camera's in and out. It was super close to my hand and trying to refocus, but All I did here was add this base. I added a bunch of moss to it, and then I put the light in it. So that's the little adjustment I made here, and I definitely think it makes a huge difference. That's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below which project was your favorite. And as always, I love to hear what you guys would have done with the challenge items, that little metal ant and the slingshot. Here are some more videos you might want to check out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.